Okay, there we go. Hi, we're live. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Curious Endeavourances Book Club, where we read anything and everything. If you haven't seen us before, we pick a book and read it once a month. And we have a Goodreads page where we all join up and discuss, and you can look at what we read and what we felt about what we read. And at the end of the month, we get together and discuss the book, like this. But if you want a more professional. If you want to see, quote unquote, if you want to see actual written reviews where it's like more concise, we also have a blog for that. But this is more than just the discussion happenings. Before we get to the book, I'll introduce the members. So we have Ashley Newell.
On this side. Hello.
As I forget your last name. Julianne. Ashley. We have Julianne Wilson.
Hi.
And we have Natasha Galich.
Not actually an emo child, but for some reason the lighting just makes me look like that. So, hello.
The cave child. And I'm Caitlin Perry. So this month we read my pick, On the Edge by Ilona Andrews. Oh, I have so much glare. I apologize. There we go. Yeah, let's pick someone that doesn't have glare. Ashley, our resident back reader, if you would, please.
Rose Drayton lives on the edge, between two worlds. On one side lies the Broken, a place where people shop at Walmart and magic is nothing more than a fairy tale. On the other is the Weird, a realm where blue-blooded aristocrats rule and the strength of your magic can change your destiny. Only edgers like Rose can easily travel between the worlds, but they never truly belong in either. Rose thought that if she practiced her magic, she could build a better life for herself. But things didn't turn out the way she'd planned, and now she works an off-the-books job in the Broken just to survive. Then Declan Cameron? Is that how we're going with it?
Yeah, let's go with Cameron.
Go for
Cameron? Sure. Why not? A blue-blood noble straight out of the deepest part of the Weird comes into her life determined to have Rose and her power. But when a terrible danger invades the edge, a flood of creatures hungry for magic, Declan and Rose must overcome their differences and work together to destroy them, or the beast will devour the edge and everyone in it. I feel like the back is really misleading. Why do they add "and her power"? That doesn't fit at all.
As you were reading it, I was like, now that I know what happened.
Wrong. Don't read the back of the book. It's full of lies.
At the beginning, you do kind of think he is after her for her power.
But yeah, because she says that.
No, but the fact that they would add it and it's not actually true, and it's in parentheses, so
He's not even
really,
there to have
you could have
her.
just left it there.
But he also doesn't even actually want her at the beginning.
Yeah, he doesn't even want her.
I'm not gonna lie, I totally first time that the whole meeting happened, I definitely skipped a couple chapters just to see where this was going, because obviously it is quite misleading. And nothing happened. Well,
so we could have just, it's split into 3 paragraphs. So the first one just describes the edge and the two worlds. Let's cut out the whole Rose thought that if she practiced her magic, yada, 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 and then we'll just take it to the 3rd paragraph. But when a terrible danger invades the edge, a flood of creatures hungry for magic, Declan and Rose must overcome their differences, yada, yada, yada.
Declan.
We're just going to omit the second.
But you have to say Declan, a blue-blood noble straight out of the deepest part of the Weird, and Rose must overcome.
Yes, that's what we're going to do.
We're
rewriting the back of the book.
But actually, all you really need to cut out is the part where it says determined to have Rose and her power. The rest is pretty much fine, isn't it?
Power part's really misleading.
Then Declan Caramane, a blue-blood noble straight out of the deepest part of the Weird.
Comes into her life.
Comes into her life. When a terrible... Oh, okay. When it comes into her life, when a terrible danger invades the edge. Aha! We fixed it.
Okay, a flood of creatures hungry for magic. Now, Declan and Rose must overcome their differences.
Woo! How many girls does it take to edit the back of a pre-made book?
4.
4.
Depends on the girls, I think.
Yeah. Okay, so first impressions? Just or not, just little. Who wants to go first?
I will. So,
shocker.
The first 100 pages definitely had me a bit like a, uh-huh.
Yeah.
Because, well, first off, I'm not a romance reader, so my ability to suspend my disbelief in some of these circumstances is not as, I'm not as up to it as others. But then after that first 100 pages, so really about like halfway, because there's not even like 330 pages in this thing, I was finally able to just kind of go with it to see what was going to happen. So compared to our last paranormal romance, this one was kind of cute and much better, and as I mentioned, doesn't involve the toothbrushing or a room full of vomit, which is kind of a wonderful bonus. But it took me a while to warm up.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. As someone who hasn't finished the book, I'm still on the is this going somewhere kind of phase. Like, I like the characters, I do, but like I don't really know what I feel about them, because to be honest, like I feel like the heroine is kind of like a little bit stupid. I just want to punch her most of the time. And like the way that it's like developing is just like, like I'm waiting for something to happen to which I will actually enjoy.
You know who I like character-wise are her brothers and her grandmother.
Yeah, the brothers are cool shit, dude.
I love her brothers.
Speaking of the grandmother, that confused the heck out of me when they kept like cutting to the scenes with the other person's grandmother.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, wait, is it Eleanor or is it like whoever that other woman was? Yeah, Elsie. And I'm like, because I remembered something about the imaginary tea parties with the teddy bears, but I couldn't remember whose grandmother was doing what. And I'm like, what is going on? Too many grandmothers.
Karen agrees. Way too confusing. Doesn't get it.
Karen the weirdo drink.
Yeah, no, I definitely hear you on the whole confusing thing. I actually nominated the book for an award for that.
Ooh.
Because I found the entrance into the novel to be very rough. Like, the zombified grandfather, and then the brothers who you're not sure if they're brothers or sons, and I was so very confused, and that messed up her age for me right from the beginning, because I'm like, wait, well, if she's got two sons that are that old, then she can't be that young.
Well, and
but
then
then
there's
they're
like
just brothers.
Yeah, but and then there's like, well, Jack can't help it. He was born as a cat, and then he just like keeps going on. And you're like,
what?
Yeah, no explanation. You're like,
What?
Okay, cool. All right then. Sure.
He was
Just
born.
accept
Well,
that.
and then I wondered, I'm like, so are they actually related by blood? Like,
Yeah, it was all very confusing.
Kind
at
of
the
in the
beginning.
air.
Yeah.
I kept thinking he had a tail, like ears and like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because what I appreciated later was that you don't have to all have the same power in your family.
Yeah.
Because that's normally how it works. I appreciated that later, but because I'm used to that, at first it was just like, so she does this, but he does this. So I thought they were like orphan children she'd adopted or something at first.
Yeah.
Now, the plus side is that, again, you're all confused, but then it does work itself as you go, and you can kind of roll with it. But yeah, those first few chapters, you're like, I don't know what to do with this. What am I reading?
Well, at the very first bit where she has to like get the shotgun so she can shoot her grandfather.
I've got my grandfather quotes.
What the hell is going on?
Okay. So I just because we're already on this, and I only have 3 stickies, so it's not very much, but it's like all about the grandfather. So my first thing, page 4. So again, early on.
Oh, I know exactly.
Get the guns. We're going to Walmart. Okay. And then there's when they actually. Oh, where is it? Where's the part about the pub? And that actually means eating dog brains.
But
I thought I had a sticky on that. Where'd it go?
It's like in the first 10 pages for sure.
Yeah, it's very.
It's on
My
page
sticky must have came off. But yeah, there's. Yeah, when.
No, it's page 1. It's page 1.
It's page 1?
Is it really?
I want to go to a pub. I want a pint. Give me some money. No. It's like halfway down the first page. First page, definitely.
Yeah,
but
there's a part where it goes together where it's
There's
they
another
actually
part.
say.
Well, then the next page it says like, look at him. He's been eating dog brains again, and now he's drunk. It's a very tough page too.
But there's a part where that's like one sentence that puts it all together when she's like looking back at it, and a grandfather who, when he says wants to go to the pub, actually just wants to eat dog brains.
That was probably when she was trying to explain the whole thing to Declan.
It's on page 2. It's the second last paragraph on page 2.
Caitlin's got this shit, dude. Memorize the dog brains.
He had never quite figured out how going down to the pub equaled chasing stray dogs and eating their brains, but when Grandpa got out of his ward circle, no mutt was safe.
Yes, that was the one I wanted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that line.
So if you haven't read it, page 2, that's our impression of the book thus far.
But like,
and he's like chained in the barn
so
forever.
On, you were just like told that bit of information, and they just like just absolutely plowed forward after that. Like
and then Jack was a cat, and Georgie is trying to resurrect his shoes, and
like just presents so much like craziness, but doesn't explain anything.
Yeah, but then it puts it together slowly. It's basically like you just like wandered onto their farm and they just like saw it all happening, and you're just like,
I was gonna say it kind of gives you an appreciation for how confused Declan must have been.
Yeah, no, maybe that was
Maybe that was the point.
Yeah, he just walks in like, okay. Well, then of course Rose comes out to shoot him, and he walks in like, you can't have me. Okay.
I didn't know that I wanted you.
Was it okay? So they have a house, they have a driveway because that's where the truck goes. But does it throw anyone off, like how everyone always like randomly appears from the path? Like all these random people, like no one drives to her house. They just randomly start running down the path.
Yep.
True. Sure enough, actually.
Maybe there's a pathway that connects all of the various houses in the edge.
But still, like people are
like
dying. There's demonic things that are like eating their family members, and they run like hell down the path instead of taking a vehicle.
Yeah.
Poor planning, really.
Well, I'm just thinking, even having like just some like coverage there, because like there are these wolf doggy things, right? So you think, am I going to be able to outrun that?
Probably not.
Maybe they can't afford cars? Did they explain how many people have cars?
She's the poorest of the poor, and she can afford a car.
Well, they're all poor.
But she's the one who works in the broken, so maybe that's why.
But a lot of them do.
By what?
Like, she needs the car in the broken, because you have to get gas in the broken. You can't get it in the edge. So unless they actually have to go over...
Yeah, but she's not the only one who does, right? That she runs into ex-boyfriend douchebag in the other side, too, and like at the fast food restaurant, right?
Yeah.
I feel like you could figure it out.
I don't know. But maybe because you can only get gas in the broken, they don't use their cars unless they're going to the broken?
But they seem to be in there quite a bit.
Yeah, but not if they're just going to go to Rose's house to...
And, I mean, considering how much trouble she has paying for gas, maybe they also have the same issue.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if they use that last bit of gas to run from the beast, then they...
I just think everyone who comes running for help is coming down that path, and it's like, wow, that's the only way people can get to her house. Like the distances that it seems like they're coming from, and like, wow, that... I don't know if I would run through the woods to escape wolf things.
Even wolf thingies that you can't really kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it just, to me, it sounded like the odds are not in your favor.
Yeah, they sound terrifying when it's described, like the beast.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ! How does anyone survive?
They don't.
That's the point.
They make a house fall on top of you.
Yes.
Oh.
So I did appreciate their teamwork battles. By the time they got to some teamwork fighting, I'm like, okay, I can handle this story now. When the focus was not on the romance.
Oh yeah.
Because there's actually very little of it.
Really?
Yeah.
It was about, let's fight these demons. And I'm like, okay, I can handle this story that's about fighting demonic things. That works for me.
Well, and like the thing with her other series is that the romance it's not really romance. With her other series, it's a lot more of the fighting of the demons.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because there's only one explicit sex scene. Like there's implied sex, but there's one very short paragraph of described sex, and it seems so forced. It's like, wow, we could have done this whole thing without talking about the erection and how pulsing it is and the
No,
stroking
you
of
can't. You need to read more romance. You must talk about the pulsing erection every time.
Well, it's just because it's the only part that's in here. Like the other things that we read, like what was it, Unraveled, and every single time, okay, let's find our condom. But that was okay because it just was constantly the thing. Every time they start, and they were practicing safe sex, so it was okay. They were like, well, great. So we have the erection. We're stroking the shaft. Where is the condom? Like, okay, but at least it's consistent. This, we're like, we're feeling passionate, but we're not going to go there. We're feeling passionate, but we're not going to go there. Now we're going to go there. We're still feeling passionate, but we're not going to go there. We're implying the sex. The sex is happening. We're just not going into detail. So it's like, so really, that one short little paragraph, you just really wanted it to go on the adult section of the bookshelf, and that was the part you chose. Like, you would think the later part, when everything's good, and they're in, like, the fancy, like, sacred whatever hotel room thing where the children can't hear them scream, that would be the time to be going hot and heavy, because no one's life is in danger anymore. They could just be like, you're going to be a princess, so let's just embrace that and go nuts, and the children are safe and no one can hear you scream. That would be like the moment you go 50 Shades of Grey, but they're just like, no, they had sex.
you missed some stuff by not finishing it, Natasha.
To be fair, she didn't know yet that she was going to be, what, like a duchess or whatever? She didn't know yet.
She doesn't know until she gets there.
She still knew she was in a room where no one could hear her scream.
It's true.
I was going to say, if you have that advantage, you should take advantage.
Take advantage.
So, again, I'm not saying that it shouldn't have any description whatsoever. It just seemed inconsistent that it would have that small little blurb, and yet there was more sex happening. There was more sexy times, but it was like, we're just going to choose this one and move on. Like meta quota, check. We talked about a penis. Done.
Good job.
No more penis.
I have not read that portion of the book, so obviously no relevant.
You have penis to look forward to.
I do. Yeah,
one little one.
I can say right now that, I understand what you're saying.
I don't think it was that little.
When like novels
one little penis moment.
That idea, or when they sprinkle a little bit of smut here and there.
Yeah.
And adds to it. But like,
this wasn't sprinkled
smut.
smut.
To put that idea in there, like. I understand what you're trying to say.
A sprinkling of smut.
A sprinkling of smut. It's very important. You know, I definitely want to hear about his washboard abs and, like the smattering of chest hair.
No, I want scars. I don't want chest hair. I want scars.
Of course you do. You weirdo. I love you.
And I think part of my eye rolling for those first 100 pages was because it was that typical, he's like so deliciously, magnetically gorgeous, and I can't help myself, but I hate him, and I must hate him, but oh, why does he look like that, and he's all shirtless, and it's like, God. And I don't read romance, so I'm just like, are we done yet?
What is this?
For me, it was the issue of, like, the long blonde hair, and it was every time.
It was conveniently explained away later too. Like, oh, but he had it for magic reserve.
Oh yeah, he had apparently growing your hair creates a magic reserve, so he used it for a spell. He cut it all off at some point to use for a spell.
Everyone cut some of their hair. She cut hers. Even the boys were like, "All right, we got some hair.
A little bit.
Everyone check it in."
Well, because it was to help. It was to help Georgie.
Yeah.
So they're all.
Him. I must say, because I have like the audiobook, his voice is my favorite.
Georgie?
Georgie! He sounds so like eager and innocent. It's beautiful.
And Jack is my spirit animal. I will keep saying it. Sorry.
That's cool. That's cool.
No, for me, okay, so like talking about the boys then. To me, what seems the coolest, like I would love to be able to turn into a cat, but then once you start hearing, like from Declan, what happens to changelings normally, how they like get sent away and locked up and then treated as not human, like they're just things to be used as weapons, and then they die, like until they die.
Yeah.
And if they stop
like
obeying,
racism and the weird.
Yeah, so like at first I'm like, yes, changeling, yeah, cat, awesome. I want to totally be like if I had to have a power, I don't want to flash, I want to be changeling. And then they tell you about it, like, oh, I don't want to be it. Like, no. Oh, that's awful.
I had the same reaction at first. Obviously, like when the second page, like, oh yeah, he's a cat. Like I thought it was like the coolest thing ever.
Oh, you are a
as
cat.
you get to realize it, like, ooh, not so good.
But he's not just a cat, he's a lynx.
He's an edge lynx.
Ooh. Which in its way actually is worse though, because like they're so put off like this other little circle.
Yeah. Well, and that's what happened to William, right? Because he's a wolf.
Wolf.
Okay, show of hands, who actually likes Will?
I don't know if I like him better. I just think he got the worst end of the deal ever. Like he had all this suffering, and we spent so much time talking about how traumatized he was, and how hurt he is because Rose decided to go with Declan instead of him. And there's that moment of we can still be friends, but we need him to be able to take down the evil dude. And it's just like he disappears, and we'll never see him again. So, really? That's his story. He like just overcame all these ridiculous like hardships, and he's just roaming the woods by himself.
Like I didn't like him so much at first, but then I just started to feel so bad for him.
Yeah.
Like
totally a lot. Like he definitely just kept going, even though it was so obvious that's like what was happening. You know what I mean? Like that's why I was so frustrated with him and his character, because like even though he's obviously a cool dude. And has a lot to offer, but he just allowed himself to just be used that way.
Still confused by his toy collection, though, especially after getting the backstory and being like, this still makes no sense. You seem like a perv walking down the children's I've got 4 boxes of toys. Don't just collect them.
I love how it's about that. It's like, you're a child molester. How do I know you're not a child molester? You must be a child molester.
Oh yeah, doesn't she say that? Be like, oh, like you don't know
so many times
child molester because they act normally or something like that. Like it was a great line actually.
He even brings that up with Declan too when they make their promise about what it's gonna mean. Yeah. He's like, I would never molest children, but okay, if you want me to swear to it, I promise I will not molest you or the children.
Like I totally understand the concern, like but I think maybe it's because she was like kind of forced in this parental role, so she's kind of going to be extreme.
Yeah.
Well, also growing up being like auctioned off left, right, and center, so you don't have the best trust. Right?
Yeah. Of other men, especially. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Especially how she is in this crazy position,
Yeah.
Between worlds and being a parent and a sister, But still, pussy. That's what Will is.
And yet he doesn't get any, which is a little unfortunate for him.
Oh, poor Will. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Well, then, speaking of Rose's position, so yeah, she goes for this
position are we talking about?
Which one do you want to talk about?
That you were talking about.
I don't even remember the position.
I don't think they went into that many details.
No,
they just acknowledged he had a penis and moved on.
Oh my god.
Which is good, but I mean, yeah.
It's not androgynous.
No, so the ending kind of threw me too, because Rose goes from wanting to be super powerful flasher to having to be protected because people wanted to get her, but then suddenly she's the parent.
Here, for the person that didn't get to the ending, in 3 sentences, summarize the ending.
Rose goes with Declan.
How do you see it?
Okay, no. Rose goes with Declan to the Weird to meet the Duke, and the third that turned out to be his parents, the Duke and the Duchess.
Of course.
And she, as the third challenge, she agrees to marry him if he can wait a whole month, because she wants to make sure that he actually loves her, because she's an edger.
And then we find out that his mother is actually from the Broken.
So she
and is very down to earth and paints walls when she gets stressed.
Yeah.
Which is totally something I do. Well, yeah, so when she's waiting for Declan while he's getting the Duke, this woman comes in and is like, will you help me paint? Like, oh, who are you? Why are you here? And she's there with her brother. She's like, oh, I'm with Declan. She's like, oh, would you mind helping me paint this room? When I'm stressed, I paint. She's like, oh, you worried about Declan? Like, yeah, of course, but I'm glad he's back. But, I've been repainting all the rooms because I'm stressed.
Yeah.
And so like, they're having this nice time, and Rose is just like chatting, like, I don't know who this person is, but she's pretty cool. And Declan walks in and is like, Mother, have you seen... Oh! Mother!
Obsessive, compulsive disorder right there. Hello.
Thank you, because that's totally something I do. I love to paint. I like
Again, part of my other award nomination.
Don't judge me.
Jesus.
Don't judge me. So yeah, basically, and then it's like, so she's there, and he's the prince type person. I don't know the titles.
It's got like 8 of them.
It is the title.
Like he will be Duke, but not until his dad steps down or whatever.
Yeah, he's an Earl.
He's an Earl of Carmarine, but he's got all these other things too. They just accumulate.
And he will be the Duke when his father retires.
And passes it on.
And passes it on, and she's going to marry him in a month. And that's basically where it ends, where everyone's like, oh, she's so lovely, we're going to start planning the wedding now. And I was like, what just happened all of a sudden?
We went right back to cheese.
Yeah, it went back to cheese.
Because it was a really epic battle, and I liked the battle, and then it was like we're roaming through the countryside of the weird, and it's all kind of medieval.
Awesome. Yeah, like the ending of like the killing of all the things, and like
standing on the raft back to back. I can't do it anymore. It's okay. It's over.
Yeah.
And I'll admit, I definitely was really struggling through a lot of the character development, aka romance bullshit.
Yeah.
But then
we
the first
would
100
have
scenes, and you're like,
yeah, you get into the actual stuff, and then it goes back to the cheese. I'm just like, she actually gonna marry him?
That was my reaction, really?
I really didn't expect her to.
I did give her credit for at least putting a time, wait and see thing on it, because it would have been way too easy for her to be like, oh, now that I've seen your place at Pemberley, let's get married now.
Oh, yes. Really,
sorry, it was very Darcy to me. It was very Darcy.
Yeah.
It really is.
But so much worse than Darcy, because he never had a turnaround. No, that just.
But I mean, it was also different too, because the challenges were just him playing along, because he didn't.
And I hated her for her challenges, because why did she make her brothers a part of them?
I mean, I took less issue with the second one, because the second was save my brother.
Yeah,
because all this dark romance is killing him, so your challenge is to save him. So at least it was like that.
The other one, chase my brother. Yeah, chase my brother, who now has to run through the woods that are infested with these demon dog things. Which we seem to be okay about for a while.
Yeah.
Dude, those are terrifying. The description of those things, holy shit.
Well, and then near the end, when they just come in en masse.
Yeah.
Just endless.
I imagine the ending scene of the Hunger Games. I'm like, oh my god, Peter!
Oh, you mean the actual ending scene in the book?
The dogs.
Yeah, the real ending. You mean?
Exactly, the real ending.
Not the movie ending.
Screw you, movie.
That's a tangent. We never do tangents.
Oh, yes, never. No. I like the second one, though. The first one, I wanted to just, kill it. The second one, I liked.
I haven't seen the second movie. By the way, and I did say I have visual aids. I promised this on the thing.
Because not all of us are as brushed up on our anime.
I swear I didn't know. I swear I didn't.
Okay, no, Caitlin, answer me this. The second they were describing me oh yeah, I was a dude, a girl in a school uniform, and a dude with a red kimono and dog ears. I was like, oh my god, Inuyasha!
Yeah, this is Inuyasha. It's I flagged it. It's the first thing I flagged. I was like, and then when Declan shows up, and is it Georgie or Jack? One of them is just standing there. He's this is Lord Sesshomaru, and I was like, Fluffy!
Inuyasha!
So
I actually was super pissed off at the book for the whole time in, because I was I don't know what's happening. The guy's a cat. The grandfather has is a shotgun and red eyes. Walmart guns. What the hell's happening? And then that happened with the Inuyasha. I was like, okay, I got this. I'll read.
I went through my I went through all of my copies so I could find.
No, you
cover.
didn't. Are you serious?
I went through all of my Inuyasha so I could find the cover. No, I needed to find the cover so I could show you Inuyasha and Sesshomaru.
Show us right now.
I need to.
Glare.
There. Yeah, okay, let's glare. So the bottom one is Inuyasha, and that's his brother Sesshomaru. So Sesshomaru is a full dog demon. That's why he looks different. They're actually brothers. But there's Inuyasha's ears.
I was actually really confused because, like, in my mind, I was actually like picturing, like, you know, the whole like Inuyasha characters, and so I didn't get like what was happening. I was like, is it actually him? Like, oh my god, it's a whole like amalgamation of things.
Well, and if you know how long Sesshomaru's hair is, it's like down to his butt. So when he says it's Lord Sesshomaru and they're talking about Declan's hair, I'm just like, it's so long.
Karen and I were very confused for a long time. Karen's very trusting, so, you know, thought it was an Inuyasha character. Yeah.
Still misleading.
Oh, sorry, Karen. But yeah. I must say, yeah.
See,
I got very, very
I just
excited
ignored those comments because they meant nothing to me.
Yeah, they mean nothing to you, but if they mean something to you, people like Natasha and I who watch like religiously.
Oh my god, dude! I still know the freaking theme song in Japanese.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, we can't stop.
You've got like 10 seconds and then it's copyrighted material.
Okay, no, we're not doing it.
No, I hate you. Now I'm gonna have to sing the whole thing.
I know. I have it in my head right now playing, so don't worry about that. Don't worry about it, guys. Like, it's just, you know.
It's Wonderland. It's Wonderland. Sorry. Okay.
And Julianne and I are like, we'll come back in 3 minutes.
I know. Okay. Yeah, we don't have the copyright.
Yeah.
So.
But I must say, like, seriously, like, I was very, I don't know. I was like really not. Didn't know what the hell was happening. Was very disinterested by the character development and what happened. And then the second Inuyasha came, and I was like, yeah, I got this.
Yeah,
Let's read.
Oh, and the boys are running around the backyard playing into Inuyasha and Lord Sesshomaru. Yeah. And because I'm such a nerd, I'm like, they only bought 3 volumes, but Lord Sesshomaru doesn't. Well, I mean, I started doing the math in my head.
Oh my god, get out of my brain.
He does show up.
I did the same thing.
He does show up because he's before Year of the Hare and no, he's after Year of the Hare and Yura is at the end of the first volume because Lord Sesshomaru has to show up because they have to find the Tetsuga.
Again, not the original portion. Like the set, like obviously must have been like later on. That's what like I imagined in my head.
Yeah, but he did. But my math was like, does he even show up in the first 3 books? But he does. So
anyways, let's stop nerding out like crazy over
Sorry,
here
guys.
and go forward with the actual
anime
discussion.
nerds over there.
Anime. Who watched anime in the last 12 hours? This girl with subtitles, not dubbed. Oh, you know it.
You don't watch dubbed.
Who watches dubbed?
Dubbed.
I know.
So unfortunately, okay, yeah, tangent. My husband tried to watch a Japanese documentary, but we have Swedish Netflix, so they're speaking Japanese and the subtitles are in Swedish.
Oh my god, what?
He's like, I don't speak Japanese and I don't know that much Swedish. And I was like, ha.
You got it. All on top of it.
Somehow 2 languages I know.
Just put it together.
Because I make no sense.
I actually, like, weirdly enough, sometimes, like, I'll watch anime that hasn't been, like, put together in English yet. And it'll be, for some, I don't know why, but it's always in French first.
Yes.
And French is pretty, like, it's very similar-ish to Spanish.
Ignoring the fact that you're from Canada and had to learn French at some point.
Dude, don't remember any of that crap. I just memorized grammar tables and regurgitated on a test. So, like, I'm listening, and I actually, like, I know a lot of, like, the phrases in Japanese. So, like, I'm reading French, like, putting it in my head as Spanish, recognizing, like, colloquialisms in Japanese, and it makes sense in my head. It makes sense. Anyways, end of tangent.
But I did that because I promised in the Goodreads forum that I would have
awesome
for those who require visuals.
It seriously feels like my favorite part of the entire book.
Yeah. No, I totally liked it. Other things I flagged. Wait. Here we go. What is it? God, Natasha.
Sorry,
Page
I
183.
seriously was so excited.
I think
I
she's
wish it
talking
came
to.
up more in like the whole novel.
I know. I think she's talking to her grandmother. No, who's she talking to? I have no idea who she's talking to. It's not Declan. Maybe it's William. I have no idea who she's
Did
talking
anybody else like find it was like hard to keep up with who was like
to.
talking
Who's
and like
talking?
who was involved?
Sometimes,
Well,
yeah.
it took a while to
I
figure out
found and I was
which
like,
brothers
did I like
were
miss
which.
something? Like, all right, say okay, Ashley.
It took a while to figure out which brothers were which.
Yeah.
Because they've just kind of be thrown out interchangeably all the time.
And I'm listening to an audiobook where they had different voices. I still like couldn't keep up with it.
Yeah. No, it doesn't often say who's speaking. So I'm just like, I know it's not Declan because the person is talking about Declan.
So what page are you? You said 23?
No, 183.
Oh, okay, that's a totally different page. I'm like, there's not that many people on this page, Caitlin.
Oh God, it must be William.
Yeah, I found that like keeping track of what was happening, I was like, what? Like,
yeah, because
I'll
it
like
just
rewind and be like,
it
okay,
goes
who the
into.
hell is here?
Oh no, it's Lord Casshorn. That's
Casshorn.
talking.
Yeah, which is not something like I never do that, you know, like I found it was very difficult to know what was happening. In that,
But the thing is,
certain
like, you have to
situation.
go back a page to find out who first talks, because then it's just constantly he, she, she.
It does. It changes constantly. You're like, holy crap! Like,
Yeah.
what's happening now?
I didn't flag this part, but he goes.
Like, I never knew which one it was ever.
Yeah. He says, like, to be thoroughly honest, I never cared for people. They are a bothersome lot, preoccupied with duty, expectations, and the minutiae of their lives. That's not the part I flagged, but I love that. But then she says,
that line.
Yeah, but then she says, I think you might be insane. And what I flagged was, sanity is overrated compared to happiness, my dear.
Dude, that's my life. I love that.
Right? I mean, he might be an evil genius, but he's correct on a couple of points.
Absolutely. Dude,
so it's worth a tweet.
You know, Stalin improved literacy by 80%, even though he was insane.
And then on page 76, Declan is talking to Rose, and he says, the creatures are dangerous, and you're a very stubborn woman. You might decide to get yourself killed just to spite me.
Yep.
I occasionally liked the banter between them, like little things like that, but usually...
Did you feel it all? Like, I felt that it was really forced sometimes.
Yes.
But the whole, like, you know, like, oh, Rose is like this other person. Like, I felt at times like she was creating circumstance or like making conversation to really, really accentuate that idea, and like it kind of made it took away from their relationship for me, at least.
I felt like sometimes the dialogue made her seem like so much more of a badass than she seemed to be when she was
actually
or vice versa. Yeah. Or then she would have like it just never matched up completely. I think.
Absolutely.
Like,
absolutely. Karen agrees.
Life goal complete.
Karen agrees? Is that the life goal?
Yes.
Okay, good. Karen, good job. Well done, Karen.
Beet juice need to have their opinions heard too.
Absolutely. In a strawberry jam container.
Yeah, especially when they're so confused about their identity.
I know.
I don't, and she's even labeled hand parts. I don't even know like what the hell she is.
I don't know.
Oh, Ashley disappeared. I'm very excited about this.
Ashley does that sometimes. You might hear her dog jingling in the background.
Gotcha. But yeah, I definitely I found it really hard to connect with her because like sometimes her character felt very forced to me.
Yeah.
With, like, you know, the romantic situation, you know?
Well, and there was just, as mentioned, like there was a disconnect between the way her dialogue set her up to be a little bit like more of a hard ass, and then in her actual actions.
But you could say the same thing about Declan, because forced formal, and then as he builds, he's not actually that douchey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely found that a lot. Like all the characters, except for the brothers. I love
the brothers.
Yeah,
I love those
definitely had an issue with all the characters at some point in time.
You know that they're good characters when I like them and their kids.
That's true. True. But yeah.
That's a rating system within itself.
I
don't hate these children.
I actually like these children. Oh God. is happening to me.
That's an award right there.
It is. I know.
Clearly,
it
it
is
just
an award.
means, Caitlin, you can't have kids. You have to have kittens.
Oh my gosh.
So that
Your
reminds
comic
me.
book.
No. Can I just say that reminds me of a quote from My Little Pony.
Oh, of course it does.
Of course it does.
Shut up. That would apply to me in that scenario.
Good quote.
No, it's relevant. Okay, so they goes,
Who
she's going
said
to
it? Who said it?
Okay, Pinkie Pie says about Rarity, she's going to become a crazy cat lady. And Twilight goes, she only has one cat. And Pinkie says, give it time. That's me with my one cat.
I know.
So I will have kittens.
Oh my god.
Hello.
It's okay. I told my husband we're having puppies, so there we go.
Ah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, and I'm married, so I mean, saved.
You just
I
won't be a
like it.
spinster.
I know, I can be a crazy cat lady without the stereotypes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Me and my special man friend have already talked about that. We'll just adopt African children from afar, you know, like build
Like
the water wells, but never actually have to deal with them in person. Much easier.
No, I'm just gonna have
But you
cats.
still feel good because, you know, you gave them that soccer ball and that clean water.
But you don't have any of the diapers.
Exactly. It really is a win-win situation. It's a good idea, guys. Let's get on it.
Actually, you need to start talking pro baby now before we.
Oh my god, no! That is... It's scary. Like, I go on Facebook and somebody else has a freaking
Oh
child.
my god. Yeah, if I could be guaranteed a necromancer and a changeling cat links that were that awesome.
We'll see how far test tube babies come and pre-selecting your child.
So I need this one to be a necromancer. Can you do that?
And I need this one to be part cat.
Can you do that?
Gattaca did not go that far. I'm so sorry.
Gather a few $1 billion, Caitlin, and this can happen.
Well, hell, what? They have kittens that glow in the dark. I'm sure we could figure it out.
I do not want a cat that glows in the dark.
That'd be so cute. Have you seen them? They're adorable.
Do you know me? Everything wakes me up. I have a black cat who wakes me up when he enters the dark room. Like, I do not need a glow-in-the-dark cat. Just all night. Oh god, they're running around. It would just be this flash of kittens running around the room, bouncing off the walls.
And Caitlin's personal hell. Glow-in-the-dark kittens. Oh my god. I love it. Anyways, tangent.
Like a special room in a sanatorium, isn't it?
Jesus Christ.
No, but you say that's an award in itself or whatever. I did make an award related to these kids and my love of them. So.
Beautiful.
And also, one other thing I flagged is
Yes.
Declan and his complete inability to deal with non-weird things.
Once again, why I hate all the characters except for the brothers.
Your funeral cake was delicious. Funnel. It's called funnel cake.
Great line.
I just love
There are
those.
definitely some really good lines.
Yeah, that's the
not
thing.
gonna lie.
I loved her addressing him as Lord Submarine.
That was a great thing about this is like there was a lot of fluff I found in this, and like a lot of the times I was like, what the shit am I reading? But then all of a sudden like this like ray of sunshine would happen and like a fantastic line would appear.
If you guys like that stuff, you should read her other series because it's a lot more of that like it's an actual hard-ass female, a not instant like love across the room male protagonist, lots of the banter, the clever, and a really cool world building as well. So
What's the name of the book? Or the series?
Magic Bites. It's the Kate Daniels series.
Oh, I have that.
I told you to buy that.
That's why I got it. It's good, actually. I actually had to stop myself from listening to that book because I liked it so much. I was like, no, I must focus on this one.
It's a Kate
Book
amazing.
club.
Yeah, the protagonist
it a
in
lot.
that is so awesome. So like, if you like the as Natasha put it, the rainbow bits in here, like the flash of awesome lines, or the battle scenes and that stuff, you should really read the other series.
That was good.
Because I just like devoured so many.
It's the special treat I give myself on the bus ride home from school.
Plus, there's a were-lion.
And everyone just seems so attractive. You know, you can just see it. Like if like you made it into like a live action movie with like Japanese characters, they'd all be really attractive.
Oh yeah, Corinne.
Wow, that was an aggressive little comment there, Kate. Thanks for that.
There's a were-lion, guys.
True.
Caitlin's one weakness.
The were-lion. Okay.
Back
He's
to
on
the
my
book.
5. He's in my fictional 5.
Of course he is.
My fictional 5, fictional 25, whatever.
I'm still at 2.5.
Oh God. Oh,
Ever since the new Dragon Age game, it's gotten so much more complicated. Sorry, that's just me.
apparently this is the video of tangents. I like it.
They're always
Always video tangents.
Definitely more this time though than last time. 100%.
Go back and see a lot of the other videos. Oh, okay. I have another flag. The name of the imaginary teddy bear tea party.
They're all named after celebrities.
Mr. Pitt, Mr. Brosnan, Mr. Clooney, Mr. Bean. How do you do? Can I just point out how unfortunate it was that they didn't kill Mr. Bean and they killed
Dude! Yeah. Yep.
On my brainwave. I was literally about to say that.
It should have been Mr. Bean that
Obviously,
got
it's not part of that whole class. Like, that was the one.
No, but he dies in everything. I'm assuming that Sean Bean gets killed in everything. So if any bear was going to get eaten, it should have been Mr. Bean.
He didn't die in Troy.
That's true.
What?
He escaped.
I mean, eventually he did.
But that would be like an old age death, because he's Odysseus, so he would still make it home to be with his wife and child.
But it was Mr. Banna that died. And it should have been Mr. Bean. Which just, it's saying that it just evokes a whole different...
We have to go back and edit.
Well, apparently
I love it.
half the book here.
No, we only edited the back.
Which was a third of the idea of the novel.
I don't know about that.
Well, I don't know.
Debatable. But yeah, I do love that they're all named after, like, I just started laughing so hard.
Attractive actors that the grandmother would like.
And then you start thinking, what would I name my teddy bears?
But the other thing is, it's also the grandmother, and so those are very recent celebrities. Like, you would expect it to be, like, Connery or something like that.
Yes.
Just,
Like,
Let's mention very recent ones from the Broken, which didn't they not have
From the
access to like Broken TV and stuff once they were in the Edge?
It's true. So yeah, you wonder if
I
she...
don't know.
Like there's people...
Banna just seems random to me anyway, because I don't, like, there's very little that I
Maybe
associate him as
had
being, like, the
some,
big
like,
star
Hollywood magazines.
actor of something that worked out.
Star Trek.
Star Trek, that's the way you come up with. Interesting.
What? He was in Star Trek.
I know, but like of all
But
the
the grandma
ones
would certainly go with the the mask makeup evilness, I'm sure.
Troy.
No.
Okay, Hector. Anyone who comes off playing Hector, I will give you. I just keep thinking about Hulk, and I'm like, Eric Bana can't get angry. It just doesn't work.
No, Troy.
But Hector works out. Okay.
And if my grandmother was going to see a movie, I'm pretty sure she would have seen The Other Boleyn Girl.
Oh, I hated that movie.
I haven't seen it. I only read the book. I only ever read the book. But see, there you get Eric Bana, Troy, and...
So basically, she's only seen Troy
saw that
because
eyebrow.
that's where
I saw
Bean
that.
doesn't die, and Eric Bana is the heartthrob.
And he dies.
Bana dies, yes.
Yeah, and he died in the book, so there we go.
Thank goodness there wasn't a Bloom Bear.
And tangent again.
No, it was on topic.
We're talking about the bears.
On topic.
Because Orlando Bloom was Paris. So
Did you
if
just
she was
say
basing
Paris?
all of her...
Oh, I see.
If all
Okay.
of the bears were
dog
named after her watching of Troy, which was the only broken film she'd seen, it would make sense.
Yep.
Yeah, so if it was Mr. Bloom instead of Mr. Clooney, because there's Mr. Pitt.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, and he was in it too.
There we go. It's funny when you said Orlando Bloom, I heard Bearlando Bloom.
Of course you did.
But that's totally something I would do if I was going to name them that. I'd be like, I don't know.
Karen agrees.
Okay, well, we've now decided it was all based off of Troy. That was it. The only film she'd watched from the Broken.
Troy.
There
And
we
she
go.
watched like 20 times, in a row.
Yes.
Which, why wouldn't you?
It is quite beautiful.
I was gonna say, there's lots of pretty. There's a lot of
Other than
pretty.
that, the dragging of the body scene. Whatever.
Oh, yeah. Not so pretty.
It's emphasized enough in the original poem.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah. So you kind of have to. What else can we
Okay, so we talked about the guys. What about the girls of the novel?
There's
Any comments
one
about the girls?
and the grandmothers, and then
There's
the
girl
random
from high
girls that
school
they hate. Yeah.
whose power is being super strong, which that's kind of cool. That the girl gets super strong.
That's Kenny Joe's mom, isn't it? Because she was like a
Yeah.
young mom.
Yeah, Kenny Joe's mom has like super strength, which is cool that the woman that she gets super
Yeah,
strength.
sure. I agree. But like,
And then her house gets broken
up a lot.
and they disappear.
yeah, exactly. It's definitely like a reverse harem kind of thing. Like it's just like
Yeah.
a bunch of dudes and this girl
Yeah.
who I kind of hate. But that's how it goes.
I don't think I
I think
hated
it's
her.
unfortunate that there wasn't like more development on like the female characters.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that was the thing. They hated each other, and then she was in need, so they let go their differences so that she could be saved, and then they had to get out of town because their house was destroyed.
And you're like,
There was nothing to develop.
yeah, exactly. But like, why did it play out that way?
Maybe you have to read the next book. I mean, that's the problem, is that sometimes you don't, with series, is that you don't know
That's true. That's true.
if it's going to come back and then develop. I mean, you obviously want as much development as possible in what you're reading, but
Initially, yeah, of course.
sometimes, yeah, don't.
Bang.
Don't get it. I'm sorry, I'm fading.
Well, I'll say
so.
this for now. Like, I do not plan on reading the second of this series.
No, I'm going to go finish all the Kate Daniels books.
I just even though I haven't finished it, I definitely have kind of ended my battle with this book, being like, hey, are you gonna go somewhere? Are you gonna do something? I don't know.
Read it to the epic battle. Read
Yeah,
it
the
to
battle's
epic
really good. Read it to the battle.
100%, I'll finish it. But like, it is definitely not doing anything for me, unfortunately. And you know what? The idea is awesome. I love the idea so much. But it's the characters that kill me.
Yeah, like the world, like the idea of the two worlds,
so
and then there's
cool.
this in between
Yeah,
that only certain people can go.
Yep, love that. That's the funny thing. Like the world building was so good, and then the characters
Yeah, right?
fell flat.
Absolutely. I love the premise. Like, I like the idea so much, but the characters, like, I just want to. Can we just kill them all? Like, have another one?
Well, and even like Declan talking about the weird, like, oh, if you want to be Duke, like you have to complete service. So like, there's this or that, and then there's the Red Legion, which is it's kind of really cool world building stuff. And then like how there's all these different powers that are all kind of like actually different, like not similar.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's just a little, I don't know. Great idea. Like, obviously, there's a lot of thought put behind it, but the characters just, and I don't know if it's an individual thing, but like together, they just did not mesh properly.
Yeah.
Too bad.
Unfortunately. But like
I feel
I said,
so
I
bad
like,
so negative about it, but
no, but like I said, her other series is so good. Like the writer.
the
I
magic
like
fights.
her. Yeah, I might not like the character, but I like her writing. Like I like the world building, and I like the little witticisms and stuff.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of the lines that are great. Like the little there's definitely a lot of like little things that happen with the characters, which I love.
Yeah.
so much, but it just doesn't mesh. I don't believe they're real,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that is a problem.
Yeah.
So, anything else for impressions, or we want to go to awards?
I'm done.
Yeah, over.
Then.
Okay, well, since talking, just because while we were on it, I threw in Too Many Grandmothers up there for the award as a literary award. I don't know how you feel about that.
I love
Which fits in
Agreed.
with Julianne's award nomination. I think this one would probably go more for author because it's general. The Rough Start Award for the general confusion experienced in the first chapter.
Yes.
Yes.
I just thought, what was the award from The Light Between Oceans? Like Worst Parents Award or something?
Oh,
I don't know.
I don't think it was worst parent. It was worst idea ever.
Did we have a Worst Parent Award at some point?
We had Mother of the Year for Mrs. Grown.
Because I feel like we might need to revive that for her parents.
I'm pulling up the other awards. Just let me.
Because her mom went whoring around and her dad took off.
Yeah.
I don't know if there was any from.
But I knew there was a parenting something.
Yeah. Oh, too many tabs. Too many tabs.
So popular.
I'm finding them. I'm finding them. Things are loading. Things are not loading. Sorry guys. Sorry.
So
Anyway,
effective. Oh my god.
Hello.
while I'm finding these, Caitlin suggested 2 awards. You want to talk about those?
Can I remember what they are? One was These Kids Are My Spirit Animal or something, because a necromancer and a changeling cat would be my spirit animal, like if you combine them.
Totally. I will definitely.
They're just the best kids. And then what was...
Frivolous Cake.
Oh,
Yes,
the revival of the Frivolous Cake for the funeral cake. It's not a poem, but it made me laugh.
There's cake.
It's cake. It's cake, and it's not frivolous, but it is the funeral funnel cake.
Yeah, no, the only parenting one we have is the Mother of the Year award for Lady Grown.
I feel like we could revive that for
Yeah.
Rose's mother.
Mother of the
And
Year?
father, for that matter.
And Father of the Year, Parents of the Year.
Parents of the Year?
Yeah.
Parents, yeah, put together.
Oh,
I
wait,
agree.
we do have Wife of the Year for Claudia from the Rosie Project, but
Oh,
that's
that's
for a
right.
completely
That's
non-sarcastic.
Not
No, we
And
need
Jean
the
is Worst Husband of the Year.
Yeah, we need
Oh, yeah,
sarcastic
right.
Parent of the Year.
I think it's a different idea, for sure.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, because oh my God, like that mother, like I get your brain snapped, but oh my God.
Yeah, dude.
Well, and the father afterwards.
And then
Like,
he took off, yeah.
I've got 3 children. Some of them are really young. I'm going to go adventuring. And we never find out what the adventuring is. He's just going off to find treasure. And we're like, wow.
Because he's
So-
a pirate.
I kind of
so
expect him to be a pirate
novel,
somewhere,
like-
but we never see him.
I feel like I'm going to be the one to read
all these things and then never explains them.
See, that's the thing. I feel like I'm going to be the one to read the rest of this series if I ever get to it.
Probably, yeah.
And then I'll like come back like in 6 months and be like, okay guys, here's what happened.
Ah. Couldn't do it. Couldn't.
Okay.
I hate it.
I'm up for the frivolous cake just because it's the first mention of a cake, and rather frivolous.
Well, and that's the thing. Like that, I instantly thought of the frivolous cake. It was to Missy said funeral cake, so I was like,
Both the kids are my soulmates. I feel like that's a Caitlin, and by the sounds of it, a bit of Natasha. I don't know how you feel about it, Julianne.
Yeah.
I definitely vote 100% yes for that. I like it. I definitely do that.
it doesn't even have to be the necromancing or the changeling thing, but the kids are just so awesome.
They are. Dude, and like so many times throughout the book, I was like, I hate everybody in this book, but those two.
And the way they take care of each other.
Yeah. It's almost like they're like twins in a weird way.
Yeah,
like
but they're not.
So
you know, like,
could we change the award then? This is my
Ooh,
request for Just because I personally don't feel like they're my soulmates, but I would be willing to say like Saved by the Kids award because that made the book.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Around,
just
yeah.
kind of amending it because
Yeah.
I don't honestly feel like they're my soulmates.
But you see it like there is a lot of value behind them.
So they are the most redeeming characters in the book.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then I had to give the award, the Caitlin Award, as I guess an author award because there's so much of Caitlin dripping out of this book from. And I was talking to her before in the pre-show about some of the thought processes of how Rose justifies things, the comparison to anime, just some of the subtleties in the witty banter and some of the lingering on the romantic, observations. There's just a few of those things. I'm like, this is Caitlin's book. This is entirely Caitlin's book.
I was gonna get so offended, and then I realized she was right.
You know what?
I wasn't saying it to be cruel. It's just every time I turned around, I'm like,
yeah,
Caitlin.
Well, and even just goes back to the kids being like my spirit animals. I'm like, I am like a cat, and I do love death, like as a character. Like we all know this about me.
Mm-hmm.
And like
one of her fictional 5 is death.
In any fictional form, yep.
in all incarnations.
Yep. Oh my gosh, so funny. And true.
And yeah, the thought process.
I really did think of it, but now like having that idea in my head, like looking back on it, yeah, I get that. I really do.
I hate it,
Like
you know me so
specifically
well.
like anything, but like just the kind of way.
Oh, actually had a specific instance.
Do you want me to talk about the
Yeah.
Do it.
Okay. So when Rose realizes she has to go and buy new shoes, but they have no money for shoes, but he needs them, so they go to the store, and she's like, okay, so he has shoes, but that's not fair because now the other brother won't have anything. So we're going down the toy section. Okay, what can I afford? Because I can't even really afford the shoes. So let's do bubbles. Bubbles are good. Bubbles are cheap. Oh, but that's not really fair because he gets shoes and he gets these cheap little bubbles. And just the thought process of like, this is inside Caitlin's head. This is how Caitlin functions.
The world, yeah.
Get out of my head.
I see it. It's like the fucking the whole like turbine effect, yeah.
But the thing is, I didn't even think of that until she mentioned it. I'm like, you're right. I was totally joining in on the conversation. And then I went a step further. I was like, plus they could share the bubbles, and that's not fair because it's supposed to be something just for Georgie. But they can share the bubbles, whereas Jack only gets the shoes. They can't share the shoes.
Oh my gosh,
This is Caitlin's book.
I see it. I never thought of it, but now, like, yeah, looking at it through those glasses, absolutely, I see it.
Now, I'm not saying this is like quintessentially Caitlin's favorite book or anything like that, or it's written about Caitlin, but there's a lot of elements in it where I'm just like, Caitlin, when did you write this book?
Yeah, no, I totally understand what you're saying. Yeah.
I was going to be like, I didn't write it. There was a serious lack of extra smut.
100%.
I always have at least 2 scenes that are more than a paragraph.
I know because I've drunkenly read them out to your husband while he hated me. It was a good time.
The smut she wrote?
Yes. The smut I wrote. Natasha drunkenly tried to read it out loud with my husband.
Oh my god, I was so drunk I couldn't even read.
Why didn't you say the word
right
contraption? You read it as contraception, first off.
That makes sense.
You were drunk, so you couldn't even read, so it made no sense.
Try to make voices for it, like, oh my god, I'm so bad.
Sounds memorable, though.
It was memorable.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing she remembers.
The ginger snack? Yeah.
From that night.
I don't even know. There was a lot of blurred ideas. That's all I know. Oopsies.
Well,
Jealous.
it's fitting, because passionate sex would usually end up in a bunch of blurred ideas at the end anyway.
I know, right?
What went where? What happened? I don't know.
Just a tangle of sheets. I don't know what just happened.
Oopsies.
But I'm really tired.
Outlander.
Oh my god.
Any Outlander fans right now?
Don't even get me started.
Outlander?
The book or the series?
Both.
Both.
I haven't seen the series yet because I'm in Sweden.
Oh, of course.
But I've read.
I'm only book 2, but it's delicious.
No, I couldn't finish the first book. I threw
She
it across the
threw it
room.
Really intense scenes. Like, whoa!
I threw it across the room. Nope, I couldn't do it. I was so angry at that point. Like, I got angry. Like, I loved most of the book, but I kept getting angry about certain things, and then I just got so mad I threw it across the room. For the 3rd time.
Oh my god. I understand, yeah. It definitely, like, all of a sudden it would just, like, go down this, like, crazy detour down red light district. You're like, whoa! I'm, like, listening to it, like, on the bus. I'm like, oh my god, no one...
Oh, I didn't mind the red light
right now? Jesus.
district stuff.
It was some of the other stuff that bothered Caitlin.
What?
Oh,
no, sorry.
oh,
No, I didn't mind the red light district stuff, but...
Oh, got you.
Yeah.
Okay,
anyway.
offer still stands. You can borrow my
Anyways,
copy next time you're here.
Anyway, so were the other awards?
Oh, yeah.
That's all that I have listed here, unless anyone has any that they want to jump in with.
I would say I'd give it an award for having systematically the most annoying characters in conjunction. Because individually, they're fine, but all of them together, like, I just wanted to fucking die as I was reading it. Other than the brothers.
I don't know, because wait till you get to the epic battle, because Rose and Declan actually do work really well
They
while
work
they're
together fighting, yeah. They're really good together as fighters.
That's like their
I'll-
saving grace is in mid-battle.
Retract that one.
So they just need to constantly be on the battlefield.
Yeah.
Perfect. I would read that.
Magic
Because,
fights
like,
brings
as
everyone
it is
together.
now, like, oh my god. Cannot
Yeah,
do
and
that.
that's pretty much the first half of the book feeling.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell me now. I know.
Okay. Any other final thoughts before we do ratings? Okay, we'll go on to ratings. Final ratings.
I gave it I gave it a 4 on Goodreads because again you can't do half, but it was more like 3.5 because I do like a lot of the again the world and all the witticisms, but yeah. I struggled with mostly the main characters, which is
problematic.
You don't want to struggle with the main characters.
No.
Yeah, kind of hard. Absolutely.
So yeah.
I'll go next. I gave it a 2.57.
For someone
But yours
who
is
hasn't
still
finished
incomplete, so then there's a
you
little
have to finish
asterisk
it.
beside that.
Incomplete tally, because I love the concept. I love the idea, but the characters freaking drive me nuts right now. So we'll see how it is at the end. But so far, 2.57.
With an asterisk.
And for me, it was a 3 stars on Goodreads. Once again, as Caitlin mentioned, no half stars. I wish they had half stars.
Totally.
But it was a 3 on Goodreads and an actual rating of 2.5. Same thing. Loved the world building and the premise, but the execution just fell kind of short, and the confusion at the beginning just started it all off on the wrong foot. So, 2.5.
And I'm between Caitlin and Julianne on this. Again, no
Solid
half.
3.
So my rating was 3.5 because once I got over myself on the first half of the book, and I actually just okay, fine, whatever's going to happen, I'm just going to let happen. And then I was able to roll with it and be like, okay, it's kind of cute. Even if it was a little hokey at the end, I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. It could have been worse. So I gave myself the benefit of a doubt, knowing that it's not my genre choice. So it wasn't that bad, but I didn't have the heart to round up for the Goodreads rating, so I rounded down to the 3.
But that's okay, because then our ratings will balance each other out, because we both say 3.5, and I did 4 and you did 3, so there, perfect.
Yeah. Told you, I'm kind of in the middle, both of you.
Yeah. Math. All right.
So coming up next time,
Julianne's pick. The Fortune Hunter.
No audiobook. What was
I know.
Christ.
So it's The Fortune Hunter by Daisy Goodwin.
Mm-hmm. And it looks kind of daunting in terms of size and page numberage, but I think it's going to be an easier read than it looks like.
I've actually heard really good things about this.
Yeah, I've heard good things. And
Yeah, I'm actually
actually,
excited.
as I mentioned before we went on air, and Natasha, I think you missed this bit. The very first line was Queen Victoria a kitten or a codfish?
Which is a great way to start.
I was
Uh,
totally hooked. But Ashley, would you like to do the
Yes, Ashley.
book
I
plot
have a
over the back of the
role.
book?
I'm important. I haven't re-looked at this. Is there any names that I'm going to totally mess
I
up?
don't
Probably.
think so.
Well, we'll find. I can mess up very simple things. So.
I don't know. They're pretty simple. You've got Charlotte, Elizabeth, and Bay. I think it's pretty good.
Oh, I'm just thinking it'd be like John Jet. That says John Ashley. Oh, right.
Oh my goodness.
I'm capable. All right. Empress Elizabeth of Austria, known as Sissy, the Princess Diana of 19th century Europe, famously beautiful as captured in a portrait with diamond stars in her hair. She is unfulfilled in her marriage to the older Emperor Franz Joseph. Sissy has spent years evading the stifling formality of royal life on her private train or yacht, or wherever she can on the back of a horse. Captain Bay Middleton is dashing, young, and the finest horseman in England. He is also impoverished, with no hope of buying the horse needed to win the Grand National, until he meets Charlotte Baird. A clever, plain-spoken heiress whose money gives her a choice among suitors, Charlotte falls in love with Bay, the first man to really notice her, for his vulnerability as well as his glamour. When Sissy joins the legendary hunt organized by Earl Spencer in England, Bay is asked to guide her on the treacherous course. Their shared passion for riding leads to an infatuation that jeopardizes the growing bond between Bay and Charlotte and threatens all their futures. This brilliant new novel by Daisy Goodwin is lush, irresistible story of the public lives and private longings of grand historical figures. I'm actually super excited about this because years ago, how long have I been with Matt? Like
10 years, 11 years.
Yeah, 10, 11
Right.
years, something like that. Anyway, so that was when I went to Europe and going through Germany and all that stuff, and so seeing little images of the Princess Sissy everywhere, and I got really into her history. So this actually makes me really happy. Just kind of like personal little thing going on there. And that portrait they're describing, if you didn't know that, rewatch the remake of Phantom of the Opera with Gerard Butler, because Emmy Rosenbaum? Rosem, yeah. The costume they put her in for her version of Think of Me, that's the portrait of Princess Sissy.
Yeah.
The song has nothing to do with any of that. They just chose a glamorous image, and that's the exact portrait of her. So that's another thing I really liked, that version of Phantom. I'm just like, oh, hey, look, another historical idol of mine.
I've seen that way too many times.
Beautiful.
So I'm excited about this. And plus, I love historical fiction.
I know you do.
And it's not my pick, so it's like,
It is interesting how that kind of like people are put into that box, like, you know, in a hierarchy, and then having that kind of like having that mix of those two. I think it's actually going to be fun.
Yeah.
Sure. Historical fiction move.
Caitlin's opinion of it is like mine with romance. We're just like,
I'm going in with an open mind. I'm going in with an open mind for the fourth time, is it? I don't know.
I picked several historical fictions in a row.
Yes, you have.
Have you? That's hilarious.
But
I picked a couple subtle ones, but
I'm definitely not a historical fiction fan, but this one actually seems interesting.
did I
someone
pick
on my side. You
Because
picked
The Light Between Oceans is technically historical fiction, but it's a very subtle one.
subtle. But you picked Abe Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
But that was historical fantasy. Historical
And you
fantasy.
picked the Apprentice's masterpiece.
Oh yes,
yeah.
that one was
Well, that
historical
one
fiction.
wasn't-
I like that one.
What does that even mean?
It's I don't know.
It's a poetry book
got you.
thing. It was about the Spanish Inquisition and changes that were happening for those who were converts of Islam and dealing with not being pure Catholic.
Yeah, I was imagining that episode in Bones with that dude that eats what was a cannibal called Gorgonzola or something like that. I don't remember what the hell it was, but he had that name. He was the apprentice of light or whatever. Anyways, that's where my mind went.
All right.
Sorry about that tangent.
Okay, so we're gonna meet.
Just hang out with Karen over here.
Yeah, you do that. So because of people's schedules, we won't be meeting in March. We will be meeting April 5th. So you get 6 weeks to read the Fortune Hunter, people.
Got this.
So no excuses.
I will not go camping for a week and forget about it. Ah.
It's only 468 pages.
Exactly. Didn't even hit the 500.
Large print, too, so it'll be fine.
Yeah.
That means it's 250.
Very upset
And
about,
entertaining.
but I can put on my iPad. It'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Okay, so anything else before we say goodbye?
Yeah.
Anyone have anything? No?
Nothing.
No.
No? All right.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. I probably will not finish this book.
This one doesn't.
Yep.
It's your prerogative.
I might just to see that
Just
battle.
go to the battle scene and then.
I want to see the
Just
battle.
skip
but
forward to the
after
battle.
Yeah, just go to the battle scene.
that, the battle.
But read the other series. You should, because it's
Dude,
so
I love
good.
Magic Bites. Awesome.
Yeah, see, Natasha, it's not just me.
Dude, so good so far. So
It's not just
good.
me. So, yeah, Magic Bites.
I had to put it off. I had to stop listening to it because it was so good.
I know, right? Okay, and then we will see you April 5th. So go read things.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
We're all pretty